I love the intro. It's always a whole entire topic. Hello. I'm Persia, Nicole, and I'm super excited about our discussion today. Thanks to Pratt Library because it's all about our kitties and making our communities better. And it's going to be a lot of fun too. So pull up a chair, hang out with us until 4:30. We're going to talk about the amazing imagination celebration and the summer break Baltimore that is on the way. But first, let me introduce you to some amazing people that's all, of course, helping make this all possible. First up, Carly. Hey, Carly.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for having us today.
Absolutely. Good afternoon. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Carly. Here's some feedback. I don't know.
Oh, can you hear me all right now?
Yeah.
Great. So I am the Children's Services Coordinator at the Enoch Pratt Free Library, which means if you have attended any children's programs or come to the library and check out kids books, I work with all the children's librarians to bring those to you. So yeah, do a lot of programming, and especially now in this virtual environment, you may see me online with our virtual programs.
I love it. So happy to have you here with us today, Carly.
And I'm so thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, let's bring on in Matthew and Robbie. Where you at?
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm Matthew Swanson.
I am Robbie Bear.
We are married.
We are.
We are an author and an illustrator. We make lots of books together, including Everywhere Wonder, which is a book that's being featured as part of Imagination Celebration in Baltimore by the Pratt Libraries this month.
Yes, we are very excited about this. We live on the Eastern Shore now, but we used to live in Baltimore. We used to work right around the corner from the Pratt on Saratoga Street.
I still work for a design firm called North Charles Street.
Yeah.
And on our lunch hour, when we worked there in person, we used to walk over to Pratt
and browse. So we're super excited to be here as part of the Imagination Celebration.
This is a great honor for us. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And Eastern Shore is still a part of the Baltimore family. So
thank you. Yeah, we get your radio signal over here.
That's all that matters, right? Next up, let's bring in Kelly. Here we go. Hey, Kelly.
Hi. So my name is Kelly Shimabukuro, and I am the Chief of Programs and Outreach at the Pratt Library. And so our division covers children's programming, teen programming, adult programming, and outreach. So if you see the bookmobile out there, that's part of us.
Love it. Thank you so much, Kelly. Next up, let's bring in Latricia. Hey, Latricia.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, girl. Good. How are you?
I'm good. I am Latricia Milton. I am the Young Adult Services Coordinator for the Enoch Pratt Free Library System. So that means I am responsible for all programming that are that's geared towards teens 12 and up. And so everything from Young Adult Writers Live to PrattCon to all the fun things that teens gravitate towards in the library.
Love it. And we're going to give you so much today about the teens. So, of course, hang out with us again. We're here till 4:30. If you want to ask any questions from our panelists today, go ahead and ask them away. We'll put them up on the screen and we'll get them answered for you. All right, let's get it started. Carly, so let's start with you. Okay, so let's talk about this Imagination Celebration. This is the talk of the town. Everybody wants to know what this is. What exactly is going on right now?
So the Imagination Celebration, we have been working on this for months. We were supposed to have a big event at our central library on March 28th of last year. But of course, the pandemic came and changed things. But we're happy to bring it back bigger than better than ever, because we're doing virtual programs, outdoor programs, story walks, scavenger hunts, take and makes, which are little craft kits that you can pick up at any of your local branches. And another thing called the Wonder Kit, which is full of crafts and activities for kids 5 and under. So even though we've had to pivot and try something entirely different, it's been a lot of fun. And of course, we're so happy that Matthew and Robbie were able to provide the book for our event, Everywhere Wonder.
Yes, and we're going to get into that book in just a few minutes because I'm really excited about this book as well. I have a 6-year-old, so I need more details on this because he is a big reader, and I know this is going to be great too for all ages, really. So let's talk about how families can participate in Imagination Celebration.
Sure. So you don't have to sign up. You can pretty much participate from wherever you are, especially, if you want to sign into one of our virtual programs. They're happening throughout the entire month. And so whether it's the puppet shows, the bubble shows, we have a sidewalk chalk program coming up this week. You can either sign online to join us, or if you want to attend one of the outdoor programs, all you have to do is call up the branch that's hosting the outdoor program to register. And then when it comes to the take and makes, just drop by. We have them available at the branches, and so you can stop by on your own time and when it works for your schedule to pick them up.
And what is the time frame to bring things back?
So May 1st through the 31st is Imagination Celebration. So we'll be doing these things all month long.
I love it. And a bubble party?
Yeah, we're going to have the Bubble Lady, who does a lot of bubble programs here around Baltimore. She'll be joining us later this month on May 24th to show us all sorts of cool things you can do with bubbles.
I love it. Why do you feel like, Carly, it's so important? Of course, we know as education is so important to our everyday lives. Why do you think it's so important to engage kids as they are learning to read?
You know, it's so important because you really want to kind of instill that curiosity, that creativity, and that imagination. You want to, give kids the skills they need to succeed and, really show your own enjoyment about reading and help them build their own love of reading. And so, doing it together as a family or a friend unit it's always really great to come together around books.
Yeah, I agree. My son is a big, like I said, reader. And so every night he's like, Mom, read me a book. And I read him a book. He's like, one more. I'm like, oh God, I done went through the But I love it because, they engage and they're really excited about it. It's all about the storyline too, the beginning, the end, the middle, and it has to be really like something that they can capture, like, remember, so I'm really excited about this program. I'm excited about the indoor, outdoor things that's happening at Pratt. We need it for our community. Baltimore City has been asking about it. So I'm excited about this discussion today. Let's get into this book. Okay. So everybody, of course, wants a great book, like I was saying. So Matthew and Robbie, of course, the writers of Everywhere Wonder. Let's talk about this because you're part of this year's Imagination Celebration. It's based all on your book. Like how amazing is that?
It's the most amazing. It's the most amazing. As creators, I'm the illustrator, Matthew's the writer. It's really wonderful. It's wonderful to be able to make a book, but the best part is being able to share it with other people and for kids to see kids opening up the book and reading it and getting excited about it. So being able to reach so many more people through this program has been really wonderful. It's the best.
And the fact that the people we're reaching are fundamentally in Baltimore is very meaningful to us. It's a second home. We had a house in Medfield for a couple of years. I worked for this firm for years. I lived in Baltimore when I was 2 years old in Mount Washington, and my parents lived there. Baltimore is in my heart. It's been part of my life. So the fact that we get to share our book with the people of Baltimore makes this all the more special. So it's it's an honor, and it's been really fun already. We've done a workshop where we made books with kids. We taught them simple binding techniques. We taught them a little bit about story structure, and then we worked together to crowdsource a story while Robbie illustrated it in real time.
On the fly. So it was high pressure.
But we
high pressure.
we want to show kids how easy it is, how straightforward it is to tell a story, and that all of their experiences have stories included in them, right? We want people to know that telling a story is no more than recounting the details of your day, what you happen to see, and sharing it with someone else is really the beginning of becoming an author. Writing down a picture of what you saw is the beginning of becoming an illustrator. So we want kids to know that it's something that they can do at any time.
That's actually what this book is about.
Yeah,
so Everywhere Wonder, it starts out with a little boy, and he's looking through books and sort of seeing these amazing, beautiful places in the world, like the pyramids. He starts out, reading through a book, and then he kind of goes on this little journey out the window to these beautiful places that you read about.
Places that feel distant and inaccessible.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then the second half of the book, he's looking around him in the world around him. He sees some ants on the street and pays attention to what they're doing. He sees a blue balloon sort of floating and wondering where it came from and where it's going. So it's all about reading in part as a way to see other places and experience other things, but also that you have stories around you all the time. You just need to look for them. So it kind of it fits right in with the Imagination Celebration theme. So we're super excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we should definitely celebrate our imagination and celebrate our kids' imaginations. And I think that's really what it's all about. The game I Spy with my little eye.
Mm-hmm.
So that reminds me of something that like your book is inspired by, and even Imagination Celebration, like, as you're driving on road trips or whatever, I see something blue and you have to point out, like, it's fun. And it brings like a different type of moment to the current,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We want to be able to encourage kids to see the world and to see those things as opportunities to connect with other people. That's what a book is, but it doesn't even have to be as complicated as a book. It can just be an act of sharing what you see and interacting with your world.
Yeah.
In addition to, of course, imagination of the book, what are some lessons for the children in the book that they can now take part in?
Well, one of the big lessons is that there are stories everywhere around you, and that you can become a storyteller. You don't have to be you don't have to be in the pyramids to be able to write a story about something that you've experienced. So the story actually ends with, this is my story to you. Now you tell your story to me. So that's one of the things that we really care about is getting kids to understand that they can be storytellers, and that their lives are rich with all kinds of stories, even though they seem like regular stories to them.
And that exploration is something that can happen from wherever you are, whether you're reading a book, whether you're watching a movie, whether you're closing your eyes and imagining. The voyages that you have throughout your life can either be grand, going to Kenya and seeing the zebras in the tundra, or it might be finding a coin that someone dropped at the bottom of a pool and trying to figure out how it got there. So we always talk to kids about, they are the ones that get to decide what's beautiful and what's interesting. Nobody else can tell you what's beautiful. That is your own right to decide. We were in Alaska one time, and Robbie and I were taking pictures of a rusted oil drum because we thought it was beautiful. And somebody came by and said, why are you doing? Why are you taking pictures of the trash?
Wasting pictures on that.
But no, we get to decide what's beautiful. And that is one of the rights that we have as people. And that's what it means also to be an artist, is to decide what you think is interesting and beautiful and what you want to work into your story. So the more widely you observe the world and the more closely you notice it, the more you are able to tell your stories. Yeah.
That was a long answer. That was a long answer. Sorry about that.
I know. I was so in tune to it. I loved it. I feel like every time you talked, I was getting closer and closer to the screen. I'm like, let me back up some. So close. What are some things that you hope that kids, will learn from this and, they'll gain from this book? And of course, imagination celebration.
One of the things that we always tell kids, especially Robbie, is they say, how did you get to be such a good illustrator? Or how did you learn to write? We tell kids they start out being able to draw, and they start out being able to tell stories. The difference for us is we never stopped.
Yes, kids start out drawing as soon as they can pick up a pencil or a crayon, right? Yeah. And so I so admire actually the way that kids draw. They just draw how they see things. There's no editing. There's no they just want to draw. And so it's kind of I always say at some point in middle school or maybe in high school, kids stop thinking that drawing is something to do. And I just didn't stop. It's not that I did anything special to get better. I just didn't stop. So if you can and the same is true for writing, right? If you just keep writing, kids write stories all the time as kids, as soon as they start being able to write. So just don't stop doing it and you'll get better. That's the great thing about writing and illustration. If we were surgeons or something, we couldn't give that advice, I think.
Right.
You should just keep doing it. Yeah, don't do surgery. Go to special school for that.
Yeah.
With writing and drawing, if you do it every day,
you'll just get better.
You're going to get really good at it eventually. Yeah.
Right.
Stick with it for a long time.
And then you have kids too. So you're able to kind of pull from them.
They are an inspiration and
a distraction
and a reminder, a reminder of the strange things that kids say
Yes.
and the special way that kids see the world. It's different,
Yeah.
and it's really refreshing, and it's something I need to listen to and pay attention to as I write these stories, for sure.
I love it. Well, Robbie and Matthew, we're so excited to, of course, have you part of Imagination Celebration. We're Pratt Library. This is going to be phenomenal. In addition to Imagination Celebration, everything that's happening, we have a spicy summer coming up on the way. Kelly, let's talk about this 80 degrees activities that Pratt is getting ready for the big summer with Summer Break Baltimore. What is this all about?
So this is a new take on the summer reading program. This program is a summer program for all ages from 0 through adults, includes teens and grade school children. What we're doing is this program is designed to bring books and literacy into the homes. We are also focusing on programming and outreach to our community. Those are the big things that we're trying to bring with this summer reading program called Summer Break Baltimore.
I love it. Does it start when school ends? What's the exact start date for this?
So the dates are June 1st is the first date, and it runs through September 4th. So you have
Okay,
all the time of the summer to participate in the program.
I love it. Because then you think about things to do with the kids during the summertime. I think that's probably one of like the most mind-boggling things when my child gets out of school. I'm like, okay, what summer camp am I going to put him in? What activities is he going to do? Like, and you want them to still learn as they are doing, whatever summer activities. You don't want them just on their iPads or Nintendo Switches or whatever. You want them to do something, right?
Right, right. And one of the things that's different this year is, since we're doing it for all ages, when you sign up in June, you get a welcome box. And each month you get an additional box. So here's what the box will look like, if you can see that.
Okay.
And inside the box each month, you will get a gift and a book and a calendar of special events that are taking place each month. The June box, which is our welcome box, you will also get a t-shirt.
Ooh.
And all this is free for just registering to be part of the program. And you also get a scratch-off card, if you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And the scratch-off card allows you to scratch off as you do activities, like you're doing a good job. What's an activity? Going to the library, picking up a book, taking a walk with your dog is an activity. Attending a library program as an activity. Whatever you would like to do this summer, you scratch off one of these areas on the card, one of these stars, there's 10 stars, bring it to the library, and we will enter your information into a database for weekly prize drawings. So you have opportunities to get prizes all summer long, in addition to the gift boxes that we're giving you June, July, and August.
That is such a fun idea. I love that. Because then, like, as you're going, you're like, okay, let me scratch this off. Let me scratch this off. Like, and you're kind of feeling like, oh, I'm really close to this prize. Like, so I love that. And, we always want like a good prize for something, right?
Right, right. So it's very engaging, and we want people to come back to the library. Our doors are open. So we want you to come, and you can get your box at the library. Or if you're unable to make it to the library, you can fill out a form and have us mail you your boxes so they can come to your home. Either way is exciting. And the weekly prize drawings, we plan to give tickets away, like gift cards, tickets to events. Maybe it's a museum, maybe it's Port Discovery, maybe it's the aquarium. So people can have experiences as a group with their family. So we're really trying to engage everyone to participate in this in all our different our outreach events also. So the bookmobile will be out on the road. We'll have other staff like in pop-up events. So you can sign up for this program anywhere.
I love it. If you're just joining us right now on Facebook or 92q.com, it's all about our summer break, Baltimore, and of course, Imagination Celebration with Pratt Library. They have some amazing things coming up and are currently doing right now. Latricia, let's talk about some good things for the teens, because the teens have to have some fun too, right?
Of course, the teens have to have some fun. We have a lot of things lined up for teens this summer, starting with a special event that we're having on June 4th with Michelle Williams. And I always have to say the Michelle Williams, former member of Destiny's Child. She has a new book coming out later this month that details her struggles with depression and her mental health journey. And with everything that has been going on with the pandemic and how that has impacted teens, we felt it was necessary to bring someone in to kind of begin that conversation. And so we actually have a young person who will be interviewing Michelle Williams for this event, just to make it a little more personal for the teens that are part of the experience, because there are things that they can articulate that we as adults just can't. And so to be able to have that conversation, I think is going to be very impactful for all the young people that are able to participate. And as an added perk, we have ordered about 150 copies of this book to give to every young person that attends the event. And so not only will they be able to hear her words as she's in conversation, but they'll be able to take that book and read through what she struggled with and how she managed to, come out of it and still thrive in her career and other parts of her life. So that's one of the things that's happening pretty soon for teens specifically.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that Michelle Williams told her story because it does help out a lot of different people. And I feel like teens, they like live off of like social media and what a lot of celebrities are doing and things like that. So for her to share her story, I know it's going to help a lot of people in Baltimore City and beyond.
Absolutely. And it shows, that she's human, just like all of us. Just because she's a celebrity does not exempt her from going through the difficult things that we all experience in life.
Absolutely. In addition to, of course, Michelle Williams, let's talk about this free summer camp and the programs that's happening. What is this all about?
Yeah, so last year, of course, COVID kind of disrupted all of the big plans that we had. But last year, we introduced through our teen center here at the Central Library summer camps for teens. And every week there was a different theme for these summer camps, free of charge. And of course, we went virtual last year. They're still going to be virtual this year, but we have themed weeks. So it's all about career paths. So we have build your future. We have oh gosh, just because I'm saying all these things, brand your future, cook your future. And all of these themes are tied to career paths that maybe young people may have known about, but just didn't think about it as a career path, such as things like graphic design. That's really hot right now, photography. And so we'll have people coming in to talk about what life is like, what their jobs are like in these career paths, to kind of introduce young people to not your typical career paths, but other career paths that can still manage to allow them to be successful in whatever route that they decide to take. So this is 7 weeks of summer camps beginning June 21st and ending August 7th. And as an added perk to this one, if teens finish 4 weeks of the summer camps, they will receive a monetary stipend. So we're trying to make this as enticing as we can. There will be prizes throughout. And so you'll be able to also interact with a lot of interesting and fun people that in many cases you probably have to pay a lot of money to get that type of exposure, or you probably wouldn't get that type of exposure at all.
I mean, listen, with all these extra perks, I mean, y'all had me at Michelle Williams. So, I mean, and now you're giving me all of this. I mean, we went from scratch shaws to this, to the box. I mean, it's just so much going on over at Pratt Library. I'm super excited for this. Let's also talk about this PrattCon that's happening as well.
Yeah, PrattCon is a staple event for us every summer. We have this event, and it's all about comic books, graphic novels, cosplay, all the things that you love. It's all one day full of all of these activities. A large part of the event is virtual this year, but we are bringing the game trucks back. We usually have 2 game trucks on the day of. This year we will have a game truck outside, but we will have a setup inside of Southeast Anchor Library where you can actually play video games in-house. And so this year we have 2 authors that will be headlining this event. One of them is Jerry Craft, who is the author of New Kid. And the other author is Kazu Kibuishi, who is the author of Amulet. And so they will both be a part of this experience this year in conversation about their writing process, their creative process. I think they're both authors and illustrators. So how does that work together? Do you see the picture before you tell the story? And so this is just a day-long event, all for the comic book lovers, graphic novel lovers, cosplayers, and all. So it's going to be a great event. And like I said, the game truck will be with us this year. We weren't able to have it last year. And actually, throughout the summer, there will be game truck pop-up at certain branches. So there's a whole schedule for where the game trucks are going to be showing up this summer.
That's going to be at prattlibrary.org.
Yep. Everything's at prattlibrary.org for more information.
I love how, this pandemic, it came hitting us hard, but like, I feel like y'all came back swinging like, okay, now we're ready. Like, you know what I mean? Like y'all, you tried to stop us, but now we're coming back even harder because there's so much going on from now in the summer, like with the kids. I think this is great for all ages. And this is something that we really do need right now because, being stuck in the house, everything did stop. and kids, a lot of times didn't know what to do next. But now they have so many different options to do it. I really am excited for this new ventures that's happening at Pratt Library. For those of you just tuning in, if you missed any of the conversation, it's okay. We're going to give you a quick little recap of what we talked about. Carly, really quick, we have less than 5 minutes left. Let's talk about exactly what Imagination Celebration is again.
Sure. So Imagination Celebration is a month-long celebration of imagination and creativity based on Robbie and Matthew's book, Everywhere Wonder. So there will be outdoor events, virtual events, take and makes, story walks, scavenger hunts, and so much more. And of course, I do need to give a big shout out to our sponsor for the event, Transamerica. We really appreciate their support.
Absolutely. Robbie and Matthew, really quick, let's talk about your book. Where can everybody purchase it at? How can we support you? How can we follow you on this journey?
Well, we have 2 more events coming up through Imagination Celebration, a presentation in which we talk about how we made this book, and a workshop in which we'll work with kids to make their own books and bind their own books.
Or adults. We're happy to work with anyone. Anyone who signs up.
This is a book about observing your world, noticing your world, storytelling, sharing your experiences with others.
And of course, it's available at your local library. It's also available at
wherever
local
books are
bookstores.
sold.
Yeah,
the Ivy Bookshop in Baltimore.
Yeah.
We have friends there, but anywhere that you can get books, please check it out. I guess we should have said, I'm Matthew. And
I'm Robbie.
And I wrote this book.
And I drew the pictures.
And we worked together on lots of books. So check out our other books too. We've made a bunch of books over the past 10 years. We love Baltimore. We love Pratt Library. We love being a part of this celebration. So thank you for having us.
Yes, thanks so much for having us.
I love it. The energy is amazing. I love the energy. I'm just here for that, okay? I love it. Kelly, let's talk about again this summer program that is on the way and how people can be a part of this.
So again, it's Summer Break Baltimore is a summer program for all ages, from 0 to teens to adults. Everybody can participate. You just sign up at any library branch or a bookmobile or our pop-up sites. And just for signing up, you get a Summer Break Baltimore box. You get a t-shirt. All ages get t-shirts. I don't care if you're a baby or you're a senior. You get a t-shirt, and you'll get gift boxes in July and August also. You can get them mailed to your home or come to visit us and get a book box handed to you. And don't forget that we'll have prize drawings weekly starting in mid-June, where you can get tickets to events or gift cards, and we just want everybody to participate. So we'll have drawings starting June 14th for all age groups.
And they have the scratch-offs. So you got to do some great
things.
things.
Have the scratch-offs. You have the scratch-off. So when you have the scratch-off, you turn this in. We get your information on the back, so we make sure you're input into a database, and that's how we do our drawings.
I love it. Latricia, let's talk about the teens.
Yeah, teens, we have a lot in store for you this summer. Michelle Williams will be with us virtually on June 4th. You want to be at this event for a great conversation. We also have PrattCon happening on June 10th, all day long from 10 to 3. And of course, we have our teen summer camps happening all summer long. If you want to explore career paths, this is the ideal program for you. Every week, we will be highlighting different career paths that you can consider as you look into the future, and so much more for teens. So we look forward to seeing everybody this summer.
I love it. And I didn't hear radio in there. I think I need to slide on in. We need to add that. You want to add some radio in there? Okay.
We can add some radio.
I'm coming anyway. I'm coming. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. Of course, more details and everything that's going on, all about Imagination Celebration. Summer Break of Baltimore, you can log on to prattlibrary.org. Make sure you're part of this. Make sure you tell the kiddies whatever they're doing as soon as they are done to make sure that they sign up for all programs, sign up for a lot of freebies. They have lots of things going on. The gaming trucks, they pulling up to the libraries with the gaming trucks. Instead of playing games indoors, like go play, games with some friends right outside and enjoy some fresh air. Again, Carly, thank you so much. Robbie and Matthew, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Kelly, thank you so much. Latricia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Y'all have an amazing night. And again, log on to prattlibrary.org for all the details. See ya.